Good morning at 7:45, a quarter till 8 o'clock at WATA. Got some light rain out there, but there's plenty more coming. If you're feeling left out, trust me, it's a temporary thing, as we have quite a bit more rain coming. We're joined here this morning by Derek with Limits Without Borders. Guys, I just blanked for a second. Sorry about that.
It's a holiday.
I know it is. It really is. You've had you in several times now during this month about your program over there, and I hope things are continuing to grow for you there.
They're continuing to move forward.
Okay.
This has been a good weekend. This is a fun time for me to kind of end this endeavor and this experience here, because we celebrated Memorial Day this weekend at the gym, and we did a workout. It's a staple kind of workout. It's called Murph. It's named after Lieutenant Michael Murphy from the Lone Survivor story. And it's a rough workout. It's a 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then another mile run. And it's supposed to be done straight through and wearing a 20-pound or 14-pound vest, depending on male or female.
Wow.
And it's in honor of Lieutenant Murphy, and done it many times. This year, maybe it was just because it was harder for me. Apparently I'm getting old or something like that. But
it happens, man.
Not only was this one was probably the best experience I've ever had doing it, and this was the first year that we've done it since Limits Without Borders began.
Right.
And there was a moment where I got to look around, and our little gym was full of 60 plus people, and you had exceptional athletes. You had people who are actively in recovery. You had people in there that are battling suicidal thoughts. You had all these different walks of life of people, and probably a handful of people that think that they're normal. Whatever that means.
What is normal? What is normal?
There were all these people in there, and we were all there, and we all did the same workout for the same purpose.
Yeah.
I got asked the question, and I think it'd be fun to kind of just pose the question out loud: is can you do a mile and 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and another mile if it had to right now?
No, absolutely not.
And that's exactly the point, because there were a handful of exceptional athletes who were told that they have intellectual disability or physical disability, and they can't do things. But you know what they did? Murph this weekend.
Really? That's great.
And there was a moment where there was somebody who's battling addiction and who's battling depression, and they're laying on the floor together, and it was actually rain because we were being poured on. But we're all laying there together in an equalized kind of moment, and you realize that not only are we all equal, but we all can.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. So this last spot here and this last opportunity to on the air kind of talk about it, there's nothing else that I wanted to do but just talk about how we've launched and we're moving forward, and we still need a lot of help, but it's definitely right, and it was really cool.
I could walk a mile with the best of them, and do maybe 10 of all of that other stuff without the extra weight.
One of the guys, and this was a super cool time for me, was one of the guys had to be helped onto a rower because he needs assistance in walking, and running the mile just wasn't an option.
Sure.
That man rode 1 mile faster than I could have run half a mile. And just grinned and laughed at me the whole time. And it was kind of like, hey man, you need to start appreciating things a little bit more. It was.
Well, it does give you a different perspective. I mean, okay, I can't run, but I can do other things. I can't, lift all these weights, but I could do something else.
Right.
And that's kind of the whole point of the program, is to not just be told no you can't and say okay fine and accept it, but prove that okay, maybe I can do something else. Maybe I can do more than I think I can do.
Right.
I can certainly do more than you think I can do.
For sure.
And that's kind of what this is all about.
That's right. And when the individual believes it, then that's stronger than anything else anybody else can tell you. It's when those athletes believe that they could do it, there's no stopping them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what was it? Was it Yogi Berra? Somebody said it's the game is 99% mental or whatever.
I think his math
Yeah, well, you know, that was the whole thing. But he was on the mark.
Mhm.
You know, it's what you set your mind to do, and not accept what you're told.
Right.
You know, that you can or cannot do.
Right. And the biggest thing is when someone accepts that and understands that, I think that gives them a perspective that lets them figure out a way to serve somebody else better than maybe I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to come a time where somebody's going to need to talk about substance abuse or something in that gym or in some service instance in life, and I'm not going to have that experience to relate. But there's going to be somebody who's going to have walked forward in that 1 year, 2 year, 3 years of sobriety and come to figure out that they've got a lot to offer and they're going to help somebody else.
Sure.
And all I want to do is just kind of facilitate that. And like I said, those group workouts are a good equalizer to give you an opportunity to do that.
I bet. Now, you're still looking for the assistance to carry this forward from this point. I know this is kind of our last time together, but the program goes on, we hope.
For sure. We actually already have, I've estimated about 20 additional participants of same and different commonalities that are lined up to be able to go. So we're going to move forward. It's going to be a constant, intentional focus on trying to fund the program. But we know that the people are there, we know the interest is there, and we believe in the product. And so if seeking financial support is the biggest obstacle that we've got to walk through, then that's not terrible.
No.
So now I'm excited.
And folks can do that by calling you or just going to the website.
Mm-hmm.
Give them the number and the website.
The phone number is 828-773-2270. And then if they go to the website, they'll go to the rev55fitness.com.
See, it's tough. Me and you have both had issues with
And
it.
then there's a link for Limits Without Borders, and it's on the same website, but it's a separate
Part of the
business.
deal,
It's
yeah.
a separate bank account. It's a separate, everything's separate. The only reason that we didn't separate it out on the website was because the community within there has become so blended that
Right.
it just didn't feel
Right.
right to separate it out. So
And to be accurate, it's REVFIVE, the number 5, fitness.com.
that's it.
There you go. I hope continued success for the program, and after a while, come back and give us an update.
All right, thank you. Very
We'd
grateful
love
for
to
this
have you.
radio station and you guys.
Glad to do it, man. Thank you very much. It's 7:52, 8 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and some light rain out there.